Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
How was your exam?
Ma'am, easy.
Easy. So all are
Yes.
going to get good marks?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. And how is the weather there? Raining?
Yes.
Going to rain.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Going to rain.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
getting ready to rain. Okay. Power is there?
Yes.
No
ma'am.
issues with connectivity and power, no? Okay. Some
Sometimes-
places the power is gone. I think not it. It is okay.
Rain properly not able to get.
Okay, okay. So anyways, we'll continue with our chapter. Which chapter we were learning? Anybody is remembering?
Ma'am, you asked which chapter?
Okay. So we started with animal tissues. We completed epithelial tissue and we started with connective tissue. And the first connective tissue about blood we learned. What is special about blood? What type of connective tissue is blood? Shivanya? What adjective we can give to this connective tissue? Anybody? Blood is different from all the other connective tissues. Why? It's the dash connective tissue. Forgot? What type of connective tissue? Is it solid, rigid, fluid?
Fluid.
It's a fluid connective tissue. Okay, blood is a fluid connective tissue. Do you remember the cells present in blood? The different types of cells, Rudra? What are the different types of cells present in blood? Louder.
Red blood cells.
Ah,
Blood cells.
yes. Red blood cells, white blood cells. Then anybody can help her?
Platelet.
Platelets, and all these three types of cells are present where? In a fluid medium. What do you call it? Yes. Somebody said. What do you call? Yes, plasma. So we learned about blood. Now we are going to learn about the next connective tissue. That is bone. We are going to learn about bones. Bones form the framework. Bones form the framework that supports our body. So body is having this framework or shape because of these bones. If there were no bones in our body, the body will look just like a mass of flesh. It is because of the presence of bones that we are having this particular shape. So each organism, they are having a particular shape. It is because of the skeletal framework they have, and it provides support to the body. And muscles are attached to the bones, and muscles and bones together will bring about movement. And bones, they support the internal organs, the different organs. It protects the main organs present in our body. You know that rib cage protects our heart, liver, etc. And rib cage is formed of bones. Similarly, you have skull to protect the brain. So bones will help in protecting the internal organs. It forms the framework that supports our body, and it anchors the muscles. Means muscles are attached to the bones. Muscles and bones together bring about movement. And bone is very strong and they are non-flexible. You cannot move the bones at any other place other than the joints. You can move the bones only at the joints. It is not flexible and they are very strong. Bone cells. Bone cells are present in a hard matrix. So I told you the matrix where the cells of connective tissue are present can differ. There can be fluid matrix, rigid matrix. Okay, I told you the matrix can be a different type, jelly-like matrix. So the matrix can differ. And here, in the case of bone, the bone cells are present in a hard matrix. And what is this matrix made of? Calcium and phosphorus. And we have learned, you might have heard your mother saying that drinking milk is good for the growth of your bones or development of your bones, because bones are made up of calcium and phosphorus, and these minerals are present in milk also. Not only in milk, there are different food items where you can get calcium and phosphorus. Once again, I will repeat the points. Bones form the framework and supports the body. It gives shape and support to the body. It anchors the muscles, or else you can say muscles are attached to the bones. Together they bring about movement. It supports or protects the internal organs. It is strong, or bones are strong and non-flexible. And the bone cells, they are embedded or they are present in what matrix? What type of matrix? A hard matrix. What is its matrix made of? The matrix is made of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Once again, bones, they form the framework of a body. It supports the body, protects the internal organs. These are bones are very hard and non-flexible, and the bone cells are present in a hard matrix. And the matrix is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Now moving on to the next type of connective tissue. Cartilage. Do you know where is cartilage present, children? Can you tell me some parts in your body where you can find cartilage?
Ma'am, nose.
Yes.
Nose, then?
Ma'am, ear.
Ear, the outer ear, the tip of your nose, in between your vertebrae, then in the trachea. Trachea is supported by trachea, you know, windpipe, a part of your respiratory system. So trachea is supported by incomplete rings of cartilage. So in different parts of your body, you can find cartilage. Children, if you try to move your outer ear, how do you feel? It is flexible or very stiff? Is it flexible, your ear? You can easily change, no? You can easily mold it. It will not remain as such, but you can easily move the parts or easily move your outer ear. It is flexible. You can feel it. It's not very stiff and strong. Definitely provide protection and they are quite strong also, but not like bones. Bones are very hard, very strong, and it is not, bones are not flexible, but these are flexible. Cartilage is made up of widely spaced cells. The cells are loosely packed. That is why it is flexible. It is having a solid matrix, and here the matrix is made up of proteins and sugars. And calcium and phosphorus compounds make up the matrix in bones, but here the matrix is made up of proteins and sugars. And cartilage smoothens the bone surface at the joints. While eating chicken, you might have noticed the tip of the bones are not very strong like the other parts. The tip of the bones will be a little more chewy and a little more soft when compared to the other parts. Am I right? Easy to chew the tip of the bones because cartilage is present. It will smoothen the bone surface at the joints, and you can find them in the nose, ear, trachea, and larynx. Larynx is otherwise known as voice box. Okay, where the vocal cords are present. So in all these places, you can find cartilage. So cartilage, you can see smoothening the bone surface at the joints, and in the nose and trachea. Trachea is supported by incomplete rings of cartilage. Light blue color, they have shown the trachea supported by incomplete rings of cartilage. The cartilaginous rings are shown in blue color. Once again, cartilage is made up of loosely packed cells. That is why these are flexible. Cartilage is flexible and soft. It is having a solid matrix, and the matrix is made up of proteins and sugars. You can find cartilage at the joints, nose, ear, trachea and larynx. These are some of the locations in our body where you can find cartilage. Okay? You want me to repeat? You want me to repeat?
Show that slide of
Previous one.
bones.
Bones. I will show it again. Bones form the framework supporting our body. It not only supports, it even gives shape to our body. It helps in the attachment of muscles. Muscles and bones together bring about movement. It supports our internal organs. It's strong and non-flexible, and the bone cells are present in a hard matrix, and the matrix is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. So we completed cartilage also. Now we are moving on to the next one. Ligaments. Have you heard about ligaments? Ligament injury.
I had one.
That's what. So now let's learn what are ligaments. Ligaments are also a type of connective tissue. They connect two bones together. So here, children, in the figure, from the figure it is clear. Let me take the pen. See, this is a bone, okay? This is another bone. And these bones are connected by means of ligaments. Ligament connects two bones together. And ligaments is made up of very elastic tissue. They have got considerable strength too. They contain very little matrix. So these are the points about ligaments. Once again, the function of ligaments is to connect two bones together. It will connect two bones together. There is yet another connective tissue for connecting bones to muscles. But ligaments will connect two bones together. Other properties: very elastic tissue with considerable strength, and the matrix, you know, the medium where these different cells are present. So the matrix is very little. They have got very little matrix. Once again, ligaments connect two bones together. There can be confusion between ligaments and tendons. So ligaments connect two bones together. It's very elastic with considerable strength and has got very little matrix. Next is about tendons. I will come back to ligaments after completing tendons. Tendons connect two bones, muscles to bones or bones to muscles, whereas ligaments connect two bones together. Tendons connect bones to muscle. So here in the figure, it is very clear. So this is a bone. Just a minute. Here you can see bone. Okay. This is muscle. What you see here is muscle. So connecting these two, there are certain tissues which you call as tendon. Clear? Tendon and ligament. So here, the second figure you can see again tendon connecting muscle to bone and ligament connecting bone to bone. Okay, clear, children? That figure, from the figure it is very clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Tendons are fibrous tissue, and they are having greater strength. They have got great strength and limited flexibility. Once again, tendons connect bones to muscles. Ligaments connect two bones together. Tendons connect muscle to bone or bone to muscle. These are fibrous tissue, very strong. Whereas in ligaments, we said they have considerable strength. This is very strong. Tendons are very strong and they have got limited flexibility. Whereas the ligaments, we learned they are very elastic and considerable strength. Ligaments. Tendons, strong, very strong, but limited flexibility. The previous slide we will see once again. Just a minute. Ligaments. Ligaments connect two bones together, very elastic and of considerable strength. And they have got very little matrix. Once again, we will learn together. Children, I want you to learn now itself. Ligaments, function, connects two bones together. Just a minute. Connects two bones together. Very elastic. They have got considerable strength. Very little matrix. So we learned 4 points about ligaments. Connect. They connect two bones together. Very elastic, considerable strength and very little matrix. Now coming to tendons. Tendons connect muscle to bones, so bones to muscles. These are fibrous tissues and limited flexibility is found in them and they are very strong. They have got great strength. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is areolar connective tissue. So we learned about blood, bone, cartilage, and now areolar connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue. And one more we have to learn, that is adipose tissue. Let's learn about areolar connective tissue. This topic is very important, whether it is MCQ or descriptive answers. This can be confusing if you don't learn it thoroughly. Areolar connective tissue, where are they found? First, we will see its location. It is found between the skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and also in the bone marrow. So you can see them, or these are found between the skin and muscles, around the blood vessels and nerves, and also in the bone marrow. Functions. It fills the space inside the organ. So the empty spaces, or if there are some spaces in between, this will be filled up by areolar connective tissue, help in supporting the internal organs. So they will fill the space inside the organ, supports them, and also helps in repairing the tissues. The damaged tissues can be repaired with the help of areolar connective tissue. So you need to know about its location and functions. Where are they found? Between skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and also in the bone marrow. Functions. Helps in repair, fills the space inside the organs, supports the internal organs. Supports the internal organs, fills the space inside the organs, and also helps in the repair of damaged tissues. Learned? Have you learned? Okay. Once again, I will repeat. So children, first you understand, learn, and then write it down. Okay. If needed, I will repeat the points again or show the slide again, but don't completely concentrate on writing. Then you will forget to listen. You will just blindly keep on writing, but you will not listen to what I'm saying. So try to learn it and then slowly you can write it down. All these points are there in the notes which I'm going to send and also in the textbook. But what I want is to learn now along with when I'm discussing along with me, you have to learn. Areolar connective tissue. Where are they found? Between skin and muscles, around blood vessels and nerves, and also in the bone marrow. Three functions are performed by them. They will fill the space in between the organs, supports the internal organs, and helps in the repair of tissues. Okay? Okay, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving on to the last one. Adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is found just beneath the skin. It is found beneath the skin and also between the internal organs. Where do you find it? Beneath the skin and also between the internal organs. Once again, just below your skin, there is a layer of fat. That is adipose tissue. Below the skin and between the internal organs. And in these cells, fat globules, fat molecules, small globules or molecules of fat are present. And when these are present, they will act as an insulator. So when I don't know whether you have seen chicken being peeled, the skin being peeled. So just below the skin of chicken, you might have seen a layer of fat. That is why we say that it is good to remove the skin so that it will become, the fat content will be further reduced, because close to the skin, there is a layer of fat. And we too have this layer of fat beneath the skin. So actually these are fat molecules, fat globules. So because of this fat layer just below the skin, it will act like an insulator, means prevents the body heat from escaping out. Just like we have covered our body with a blanket, the body heat will be retained. This fat layer will prevent the heat from escaping out of our body. So that is why it is said it will act as an insulator, keep your body warm. Okay, where do you find adipose tissue? Below the skin and between the internal organs. And what do the cells of adipose tissue contain? Fat molecules, fat globules. Because of this fatty layer, it will act as an insulator. Can I wind up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will send you the slides today itself, and let me ask you a few questions. And we learned about different types of tissues. What are tendons? Alana, what are tendons? Alana Jinsen. Catherine,
Yes,
what are
ma'am.
tendons?
Tendons connect bones, muscles.
Very good. And ligaments connect what? Rudra? Ligaments connect?
Ligaments connected two bones together.
It will connect two bones together. And what do you know about adipose tissue, Midun? What do you know about adipose tissue?
Ma'am, found below the skin and between
The internal organs. What do they
internal
store?
organs.
The cells of adipose
Fat.
tissue store fat.
Fat.
And this fat layer will act as an
Insulator.
Neima? Yes, insulator. Then we learned about areolar tissue. 3 functions of areolar tissue. Prarthana, can you tell me the functions?
Ma'am, it fills the space inside the organs.
It will fill the space in between the internal organs. Next function?
Ma'am, it helps in the repair of tissues.
Helps in the repair of tissues. All those whose videos are off, forget about getting attendance. Okay. And third point, Prarthana?
Ma'am, it supports internal organs.
It supports the internal organs. Very good. Now let me take your attention. Thank you, children. See you next class. Revise what we covered today.
Bye.